my mom came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year. And they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
You said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. This past week, we had a lot of big matchups, and one of those was the 1-2 Chiefs versus the 1-2 Ravens, and the Ravens lost. So they moved to 1-3, Austin, but the bigger issue is Lamar Jackson has a hamstring issue.
Yes, and he's supposed to miss. He's not guaranteed. It's not 100%, but it's very likely that he misses. He's considered doubtful at the moment. Starting 1-4 is not acceptable. Not many teams that start 1-4 have ever made the playoffs, if any. I don't actually remember if anyone. I bet someone has started 1-4 and made it, but not many.
Yeah,
and they play a Texans team that is also 1-3, but doesn't have the injury besides like Joe Mixon concerns that, and the Ravens defense has given up above 37 points, Kevin, 3 times this year. The only team that did not score that mark was the Browns, and that's the Browns. So every team that they play that's competent has scored 37 or more points.
Yeah, and this is a task because this is the second year of their new coordinator. They struggled on defense last year at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But the problem is there have been a lot more injuries, especially Justin Matabuke. So
true. But the Chiefs' offense looked completely different. I mean, they're in their 3 games, they scored 21, 17, and 22. And then against the Ravens, they scored 27. They scored only 22 against the Giants, scored 21 against the Chargers and lose. They scored 17 against the Eagles and lose. The Texans have struggled early this year because of how bad their O-line is. But last week, they won 26-0 against the Titans. And I would not be shocked if their offense looks similar to that against the Titans than it did before that because of just how bad the Ravens defense has been playing. Is it time to panic for Ravens fans?
I wouldn't panic yet. And by panic, I mean make drastic moves. Because the thing is, they signed Cooper Rush in the offseason to be the backup, essentially. And what Cooper Rush is, he's a solid backup. And it's a move that showed they wanted to solidify their backup. So I wouldn't make a trade for a quarterback because you just
sure, but people were wondering about Derrick Henry, who's getting up there in age, or maybe make a move for a defensive guy because of the injuries they've had, or are they going to fire their coordinator? It really is. I don't think it's time to panic just yet, but if you lose to the Texans, it is because the Ravens, after the Texans game, play the Rams, who have been very good this year. Then they play the Bears and Dolphins, who's not been great. Then they play the Vikings, then the Browns. So, I mean, the schedule after the Rams game isn't that hard, in my opinion. However, you can't start 1-5. Like, if you lose to the Texans and lose to the Rams, it doesn't matter how easy the schedule is after that because the Ravens in the past have been prone to losing against bad teams. I still remember last year when they lost to Gardner Minshew and the Raiders. So the Bears is not a guaranteed thing. Neither is the Dolphins. Neither is the Browns. Neither is the Jets, who look good but still don't have any wins. But I think if you lose to the Texans, it is time to panic.
Yeah, and by panic, I think it would just be...
I mean, I think it's time to make some moves because you cannot waste... I mean, again, Derrick Henry's getting up there in age. It's time to make some changes if you lose to the Texans because the Texans are also playing for their playoff lives, really, because they're also 1-3.
Yeah, and the division is still up for grabs, I would say, with the Ravens. Yes, the Steelers are 3-1, but that they could still make a play for it. Bengals are struggling. But overall, I think defensive player would be the move. And the Bears is not it to me, I'm expecting the defense to get better, but things could change. I think
You don't have time to wait, though. If you think it gets better
true.
halfway through the season, you don't have time to wait till halfway through the season.
Yeah, I think this is a part of the season where I think the defense gets better and got better last year, but it's hard to tell. So if they don't do well against the Texans, then I would look at getting not just getting a nice defensive player that could be on the trade market. That would really elevate their team.
Would you panic if you lose to the Texans?
I probably would panic, and I would probably kind of shut down Lamar. I wouldn't rush Lamar back. I would say that's a better way of saying it. I wouldn't rush Lamar back. I would slow him down, make sure he's fully healthy because you have him on a contract. Derrick Henry, it depends. He didn't fumble last game. But that could be something where you start thinking about what to do with Derrick Henry and other pieces on your team. They have their offense is pretty good, and they've been in a lot of games. It's just been mistakes like fumbles, and then the defense not playing well.
That's true, but I think that allowing this is more than just mistakes on the defense's part. Giving up 37 points against the 3 playoff teams you played thus far is unacceptable. Like one game, sure, but the Lions scored 38, the Chiefs scored 37. Again, the Lions defense or the Lions offense looked horrible against the Packers. These teams have been stopped earlier in the year that they played. So, besides the Bills, who was week 1, do you think that Harbaugh is going to be under pressure from ownership to turn this around extremely quickly?
I don't. I think it would take a lot to fire Harbaugh. He's someone that's been pretty stable in Baltimore. And I think he'd be fine. It'd be the following year. Defense coordinator, maybe. You could see him get fired.
Okay.
So,
do you think the Ravens turn around this season?
Yeah.
Turn around means make the playoffs.
I think they can. Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll turn it around. They're a team that I just believe that they can figure it out. And I need to see them not do that to start to question what they've built. Because they've been a really consistent team over the years.
Yes, but that consistency's not been at championship level, right? It hasn't even been at winning an AFC championship.
Yeah, but
sure.
It's playoff level. They're always in the playoffs. So I believe they keep that up.
Okay. I have my doubts, but we'll see what they're able to do.
Yeah, and we'll keep you updated on that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.